Okay. Okay, now we are moving to chapter 9 in our textbook. Okay. This is about protecting innovation. Protecting innovation refers to how do we protect our innovative product or project. Okay, firm must decide whether and how to protect their technological innovation. So protecting innovation help a firm to retain control over it and appropriate terrain from it. However, sometimes not protecting a technology is to the firm advantage. It may encourage others to support the technology and increase its likelihood of becoming dominant. Whatever innovative idea that we have, it should be protected. It should be protected. Okay. Once the idea has potential to be, to be commercialized, therefore, that contribute to a situation where it should be protected. So one of the important term in this chapter is about appropriability, the degree to which a firm is able to capture the rent from its innovation. When we are discussing about rent, there are some possibility that this particular innovative product can be used by certain people under certain situation or under certain timeline. For example, you can use this product with the license for 1 year, for 2 months, for 1 month, for half a year. So appropriability is determined by how easily or quickly competitors can copy the innovation. So some innovation are inherently difficult to copy, such as it is tacit, social complex, etc. And firm may also attempt to protect innovation through patent, trademark, copyright, and trade secrets. Okay, if we wanted to discuss about this, some innovation are inherently difficult to copy, we can always go back and look at some of the application that is available in the market. You are using it regularly, but you need to keep renewing the license. So those are the situation where the product is fall under this category. Appropriability. And some but to do that, of course, firm also need to have patent, to secure the patent, trademark, copyright, and also the trade secret. This also the reason why, because of this issue, actually why UiTM move from turning into original to originality in terms of similarity index, because turning in has been violated in so many ways, and there are many people who can use that turning in like violating the turn in apps. Okay, so the company cannot control it anymore. That's why to use the originality, actually, there's a lot of issues. For example, like it should be controlled by the institution. For our case, it has to be through university. It has to fulfill certain criteria. It cannot. It's not like everybody can use it. So, in terms of how to use it, it probably a bit difficult. But it's very, very important to ensure that the product is protected, people do not violate the use of the product, and people also cannot imitate the product easily. Okay, so in terms of patent is right granted by the government that exclude others from of producing, using, or selling an invention. So patent normally we have to pay quite a high price, because we are discussing about useful, novel, and not be obvious. So this is the, characteristic of a patent. So utility patent, it protect new and useful process, machine, manufacture item, or combination of material. So what patent mean? For example, like if you have certain ways of For example, like kita punya anti-aging COVID-19 kit, we have lots of design. It has various way of using it. So how to use it in terms of how to use the product itself is under utility patent. Design patent protect original and ornamental design for manufactured item. So design actually a lot. That's why sometimes we pay high price for expensive branded perfume, for example, because of the content of the EDP, and also the bottle itself also patent. Each bottle for each edition also patent. So we pay for not only the product, but we also pay for the packaging, including the patent and so on. Plant patent protect distinctive variety of plant. This is for plant, tumbuh-tumbuhan. In 1998, many software algorithm becoming uh, eligible for patent protection. So software now started to have some protection, but we must remember that in the world, actually there are few countries that don't sign for innovation protection. There are some countries, among those are China. That's why it's very easy for them to come out with imitate product. Okay, they can imitate the product easily because nobody can do anything to them. Okay, because they don't sign the partition, the what we call, because for protection law, those there are few countries that don't sign. Basically, their whatever that they have, people can steal. Whatever other people have, also they can steal. Patent law around the world, countries have their own law regarding patent protection. Some treaties seek to harmonize this law. So these are the example of patent law. In Malaysia also we have our own patent law in which you can always go to the website, to the my IPO. My IPO actually is an organization that handle patent, trademark and so on. So this is the patent application in 2019. And this is for 2015. We can see that many people apply for patent. Even China, the country don't sign for patent protection, but the company from China can always apply the patent application from somewhere else. So patent strategy, it is typical to assume that an investor seek a patent because they desire to make and sell invention themselves. So when you make it protected, people cannot steal it. That's why we can hear some issues about shell out last time. Some people say that shell out is belong to us. Some people say that shell out is just a concept. Some people say that shell out actually is our trademark. You see, those kind of thing is it can be protected if the company is already registered the patent. Okay, for example, like because for protection also it has several type. Patent is one type. Design is one type. Literacy macam recipe apa semua tu is another type. So if for example shell out design and the name had been patented by certain company, those people who use shell out as their product actually can be sued, or can be can people can take legal action to the company lah. Okay. Sometimes firms seek patent just to limit the option of competitors or to earn revenue through aggressive patent lawsuit. These actually are sometimes referred to as patent trolling. There are some people that have these issues. Jadi if you browse browser, you can see the case of Apple claim. Yang pasal Apple back in 2011 and 2014, in which I'm not going to cover in this class. Okay, dense web of patent ticket can make it hard for firm to compete and stifle innovation. Firms sometimes buy bundle of patent just to create a war chest to defend themselves from lawsuit by offering credible threat to the retaliate. Okay. Talking about these patent tickets, there are some issues also back in 2011. It's about Notel action of immense patent portfolio. So consortium called Rockstar Bidco, okay, bid bid the auction for the what we call the patent. And then after that, once they get it, meaning that Google lost. They cannot use their patent in their product. Okay. So these are things or companies that involve or having some issues with patent back then lah, yang relate dengan legal issues. Okay, trademark and service mark, a word, phrase, symbol, design, other indicator that used to distinguish the source of goods from one party from goods of another. For example, Nike swoosh symbol. Actually, when we are discussing about trademark, also it should have certain way, in term of colors, in term of design, in term of label itself, all are protected. Okay, all are protected because sometimes we can see that some people try to macam masquerade. Dia macam apa? Dia macam pakai mask. Okay. Nampak macam sama. Nampak macam that particular product. Tetapi actually it is not the same product. But they are using the same color, almost the same font and so on. Because there are certain product, established product in the market that come with colors, with pattern, with a font, with type of font, the way it's written and so on. So if we are using the same way of pattern and make people feel confused, actually the original company has all the right to sue you. Okay, so two treaties simply registration of trademark in multiple countries, such as in Madrid agreement concerning the international registration of mark, Madrid Protocol and so on. So Madrid agreement ni actually handle lots of things in relation with trademark and also service mark. You can always Google and find further. In textbook, actually, it's a bit outdated. Copyright, a form of protection granted to work of authorship. Copyright is, I think, the most easiest way to, to have to register. Even I have many copyright under my name, including I create the one that I show you in the first class on process innovation. Actually, it's already been registered under copyright. So copyright normally it is about literacy. Dia dalam bentuk penulisan, whatever yang related dengan writing and so on, dia di bawah copyright. And normally within 70 years, macam tu lah lebih kurang. So that's why we have to be very careful. For example, after this, you wanted to become a writer and you engage one company to macam to help you to release your book, to sell your book and so on. So you have to be very careful because whatever that you give them, you will bind under the copyright contract. Okay, under the copyright contract. So you should be when discussing with this party, you have to make sure that what is your right, it's stated clearly what is your right and what is their right. So it is not good if you have like orang kata apa, an agreement yang only win one parties and lose another parties. Okay, so we have what I call the copyright protection around the world. Copyright law varies from one country to another country. Whatever that we protect in Malaysia, it's not mean that when we go out abroad, it also be protected. No, it is not like that. It varies different from one country to another country. However, Bani Union of Protection of Literary and Artistic Property specify a minimum level of protection for member country. So even though you can say that they still have some protection to the country that signed this what we call this protection document. However, it just serve the minimum level of protection for the member country. When we say member country, meaning to say that it's not everybody around the globe, not all countries around the globe actually sign or protected under this law. So Binding Convention also eliminate differential right to citizen versus foreign national. So this is another thing that is becoming important, because now the product in Malaysia not only sold in Malaysia but probably also will be sold internationally. Trade secret. It's information that belong to business that is generally unknown to others. So firm can protect proprietary product or process as trade secret without disclosing detailed information that will be required in patent. This under this trade secret ni lah, macam the recipe the ingredient recipe for Coca-Cola still protected, because they also sign trade secret to say that some of the information they cannot disclose, even though they wanted to make it patent. So it also enable broad class of asset. Yeah.
Macam dekat Malaysia ni macam kena register under my IPO tu lah. Macam contoh my
Jadi kalau macam if in Malaysia, what you can do, katalah for example like macam like my friend kan, they already have what you call a soilless waste untuk tanam vegetable. They can patent macam dia punya holder apa semua tu, they can patent. Tetapi the ingredient that they use to come out with a soilless ingredient tu, yang tu dia panggil trade secret. So we need to sign that trade secret. After that, submit it for patent. Jadi ada benda yang memang kita boleh simpan, dan ada benda yang memang kita kena buat submission. Jadi untuk yang this trade secret ni, actually it has another document lah. Dia ada dokumen lain. Kita akan cakap kata this particular soilless ingredient that we use actually is under trade secret, in which only orang yang berkenaan saja tahu apa benda je. It can be done. Jadi not everything actually revealed to everybody lah. And it also enable broad class of asset and activity to be protectable. Jadi those kind of jenis ingredient, recipe apa semua, it's not like everything you have to reveal. No. You still can sign certain document under trade secret in which you don't reveal the main ingredient of the product. Boleh ya, Has? Okay, ya? Can I proceed?
Okay, Doktor.
Okay. So to qualify, information must not generally known or uncertain. Information must offer a distinctive advantage to the firm that is contingent upon its secrecy, and trade secret holder must exercise reasonable measure to protect its secrecy. Jadi bukanlah kata macam everything need to be revealed, but everything need to be secretive too. There are certain measures lah, maksudnya there are certain part that you can reveal, there are certain part you can keep. Okay. And the effectiveness and use of protection mechanism. In some industry, legal protection mechanism are more effective than others. For example, in the pharmaceutical, patent are powerful. In electronic, they might be easily to be invented around. So things like yang related dengan ubat, dengan drugs and so on, their patent are very powerful and it is not very easy to be imitated. But things like electronic apa semua very easy. It is notoriously difficult to protect manufacturing process and technique. Yang ni very difficult. Majority of the time, jenis yang trade secret, yang recipe tu saja yang normally you can keep. In some situation, diffusing technology may be more valuable than protecting it. Sometimes, okay, there are things that you must let it go to the market to make it diffuse, meaning that to make everybody accept it rather than protecting it, because those concepts need to be understood and need to be adopted. Not everything need to be revealed and everything has to be secret to us. No. So we have to know which part we wanted to release, which part we wanted to keep. However, once control is relinquished, it is difficult to reclaim. Meaning to say that one, it is already in the market, everybody already know about it. It's very difficult for you to claim that is yours. Okay, dia macam public domain lah. Okay, this is a theory in action, some of the information in your textbook. Okay, wholly proprietary system versus wholly open system. Wholly proprietary system meaning to say that it's just like Apple, in which that you wanted to do anything, you have to go back to their system, their OS. If you wanted to use some word processing, it has to be whatever based on Apple. So meaning to say that Apple is a very proprietary system. But we also have something that is open system. Open system meaning that majority of people or users in the industry can use it without problem. Okay, contohnya macam saya tunjuk Mendeley application. That is the application that developed under open system. Open system that everybody can use it free. But if you wanted to use a certain thing, you have to pay for it. It has to have a strict implementation. It has to have a strict drivers, for example. So that what it called a proprietary system. But if you can use it for free and you can just plug and play, meaning to say download and use it, and normally it is called the open system. Okay, so details in your slide and also in your textbook. So this is the advantage of protection. Protection proprietary system offer great range of appropriability. You can protect your technology. Okay, RAN can be used to invest further development, promotion, and distribution. Same thing like when you have to renew your license every year. Okay, it gives the control to the firm over the technology they wanted to release and give the firm control over the evolution of technology and complement. They can decide how to evolve. What are the complement item that is needed to complement the existing product? And there are also some advantage of diffusion. Protect, actually dia punya lawannya ialah diffusion. Let it go, meaning that let everybody know about it. It may occur more rapid adoption if produced and promoted by multiple firms. Especially when we are releasing something new and we want people to use it. We want people to realize the importance of having this kind of technology in their daily life. If we have that kind of thing, there are some possibility it is good to diffuse instead of protect. And technology might be improved by other firm through external development possess its own risk. So there are some possibility also the firm have some limitation in terms of technology and knowledge. Yeah. So if there are some companies that can work to make it better, work together, collaborate together to make it better, yes, they can do it. Okay, production capability and market capability and also the capital. So factors influencing benefit for protection versus diffusion. Can firm produce a technology at sufficient volume and quality level? If can, protect. If not, diffuse. Are complement important? Are they available in sufficient range and quality? Can the firm afford to develop and produce themselves? If all yes, keep. If not, diffuse. Is the industrial position against sole source technology? If you know that the opposition go against this, then you should diffuse. Can the firm improve the technology well enough and fast enough to compete with others? All of this you can start to answer by yourself. Whatever that, you know, that there are things that need to be kept, there are things that need to be released. Okay, depending on the situation. So these are the questions that you can ask, or the firm can ask themselves to decide either they wanted to protect or they wanted to diffuse. And that's it for this chapter.